Did you know that more and more people say they feel more comfortable opening up to strangers online than to their actual friends? Guess what? Those people are everyone. You, me, your grandma, her cat. We're all trauma dumping into the same glowing void like it's group therapy, except nobody's qualified and everyone's naked, emotionally. So why do people, including you, overshare on the internet? Why are we telling 500 strangers that our dad left, our cat died, and our ex said our laugh was annoying? Because strangers don't interrupt. Because there are no awkward silences, no raised eyebrows, no side eyes, just text, and maybe a few heart emojis. Welcome to the age of digital confessions and Wi-Fi therapy. And now, let's unpack this psychological overshare palooza before I accidentally tell you about my childhood again. Why we overshare. First off, oversharing is not just attention seeking. It's about connection. It's about loneliness. It's about screaming into the void and hoping someone screams back with a heart emoji. Sometimes, it's just, I can't afford therapy, so here's my blog post titled, Why I Hate My Mom. There's also this thing called emotional dumping. It's when you offload feelings without asking if the other person is even ready to hear it. Kind of like throwing your diary at someone's face and yelling, "React!" The internet is perfect for that. It's always on, always listening, never judging. When oversharing becomes a personality, here's where it gets weird. You start with a sad story, then another, and now you're known as that one person who's always sad online. At some point, you're not just sharing your life, you're curating your suffering. You post sad stuff even when you're not sad. You record your breakdowns. You monetize your vulnerability. And then there's the look at me factor. Social media platforms are built on performance, so if you're not happy or successful, the next best thing to get attention is being a disaster. Because in the age of content, even crying is content. You become your trauma's PR manager. When you share something vulnerable online and someone replies, "You're so brave," your brain goes, brrrr. It releases dopamine. Feelings posted. Validation received. Brain satisfied. Repeat. This cycle becomes addictive. It's not healing. It's emotional slot machines. So people start crafting posts like, "Feeling sad today, but I'm staying strong," which really means, "Someone please notice I'm unraveling in real time." There's even a term for it now, trauma core. It's aestheticized pain, sad quotes, crying selfies, rain filters. It's beautiful and deeply unhealthy. You start to wonder, am I actually depressed? Or do I just need more content? And don't get me wrong, sharing online can be healthy. It creates communities, normalizes struggles, makes you feel less alone. But when all your emotions become content, you're not processing. You're performing. Let's be clear, oversharing isn't just attention seeking. Well, sometimes it is, but often it's something else. It's trauma bonding. It's loneliness. It's, I can't afford therapy, but I can afford Wi-Fi. So we post breakdowns. We tweet our pain. We make sad reels with piano music and broken mirror filters. Why? Again, because the internet listens. Not well, but at least it's awake at 2 a.m. Oversharing becomes a vending machine for validation. Insert pain, receive hearts. But over time, small hits aren't enough. You need more drama, more chaos, more plot. Now, let's talk parasocial relationships. You follow someone online. You know their breakup timeline, their cat's name, their dad's criminal record, but you've never met. They don't know you exist. Still, you feel like besties. This is what oversharing creates, the illusion of intimacy. We mistake familiarity for friendship. And when someone posts pain, we feel invited in. Spoiler, we're not. At some point, it stops being real. Oversharing becomes performance. Trauma becomes aesthetic. Pain becomes content. It's not vulnerability. It's emotional cosplay. You're not venting, you're crafting a character. Sad, but relatable. And it sells. Why do we overshare with strangers? Because it's faster. Real connection takes time. But vulnerability, that's an instant shortcut. The problem? It's intimacy without context, trust, or consent. That's how you end up telling a Tinder match about your parents' divorce before you even exchange last names. Here's the catch. Oversharing regret. Oversharing might feel good in the moment, but it often leads to regret. Here's the thing no one tells you. Oversharing has a hangover. You wake up the next day and think, wait, did I really post about my breakup at 2 a.m. with 10 crying emojis? Yes, you did. And 236 people saw it. And 3 screenshotted it. And your boss follows you. Suddenly, what felt like connection feels like exposure. And unlike real life, the internet never forgets. There's no unsend in trauma dumping, only screenshots. Even worse, people might use it against you. Didn't you say you were depressed last week? What to do instead? So, how do we stop ourselves from emotionally streaking across the internet? Try this. Before posting, ask, would I say this to someone's face? Journal it. For real, not on Insta. Message one friend instead of 400 followers. Or, get this, go outside and scream into a tree. Nature is free and doesn't judge. If you must share, that's okay. Just know the difference between being honest and bleeding in public. Oversharing isn't evil. It's a symptom of loneliness, of invisibility, of needing to be heard, of trying to connect in a disconnected world. But maybe, just maybe, not every thought deserves a tweet. Not every pain needs a real soundtrack. Anyway, thanks for listening.